Have you ever noticed how your energy fades just a couple of hours after breakfast? Maybe you eat something light, a slice of toast, a cup of coffee, maybe even skip breakfast altogether. And before noon hits, you're already tired, irritable, or reaching for snacks. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. After 60, your body's needs begin to shift. What worked for you in your 30s or 40s might not work anymore. And one of the most important things you can do to take care of your health today is to rethink your breakfast. Breakfast isn't just a meal. It's your first chance each day to fuel your brain, protect your muscles, support your heart, and set the tone for your blood sugar and energy levels. Yet so many seniors eat the wrong kind of breakfast or skip it entirely, not realizing it might be the reason they feel drained before lunchtime. In this video, we're going to show you what many experts consider the #1 breakfast for older adults. And it's not a fancy diet, a supplement, or anything extreme. It's a simple combination of 4 powerful components: oats for lasting fullness, seeds and nuts for healthy fat, fruit for fiber and natural sweetness, and protein to fuel your muscles and brain. Together, these ingredients create a breakfast that keeps you full, energized, and mentally sharp, without the sugar crashes or cravings later in the day. We'll talk about why this breakfast works so well for people over 60, how to prepare it easily at home, and how you can make it part of your daily routine, even if you're not usually hungry in the morning or think you don't have time. We'll also share real stories from people just like you who made a small change in their mornings and saw a big difference in how they felt all day long. So if you're ready to start your day feeling nourished, balanced, and energized, and leave behind the sluggishness and mid-morning fatigue, you're in the right place. Stick around until the end, because we'll show you exactly how to build this bowl, step by step, and even how to prep it the night before so it's ready when you wake up. I know you are a person who likes to watch videos quietly. If you have not liked and subscribed to the channel, now is a good time to do it, because you are a kind person. If the video is helpful, press 1. If the video is not good enough or needs improvement, press 2. Thanks everyone. Now let's get started. #1. Why breakfast matters more after 60. When Harold turned 67, he started noticing a frustrating pattern. He'd wake up early, make himself a light breakfast, usually just a piece of toast and some coffee, and begin his day. But by 10 a.m., he felt tired, not just physically, but mentally. His focus would fade, his mood would dip, and he often found himself snacking on whatever was around: crackers, a sugary cereal bar, sometimes even cookies. He assumed this was just part of getting older, slowing down, running out of steam, until his doctor gently asked, "What are you eating in the morning?" That question turned out to be the beginning of a real shift. Like many older adults, Harold didn't realize that breakfast isn't just a habit or a cultural routine. It's a key to how well your body functions, especially after 60. As we age, our metabolism slows, muscle mass naturally declines, and hormone levels shift, all of which change the way our bodies respond to food. What this means is that the kind of breakfast you choose has a bigger impact than ever before. After 60, your body becomes more sensitive to spikes and dips in blood sugar, more dependent on protein to maintain muscle, and more prone to fatigue when nutrients are missing. That's why skipping breakfast or eating something too sugary or too light can set the stage for a sluggish, unfocused day. And even long-term health issues like insulin resistance, loss of muscle strength, or increased inflammation. Breakfast is your first opportunity to restore energy after a night of fasting. But it's more than just filling your stomach. It's about nourishing your cells, protecting your brain, and supporting your heart. Studies have shown that seniors who eat a well-balanced breakfast have better cognitive function, more stable moods, lower rates of heart disease, and a reduced risk of falls due to improved energy and coordination. Eating breakfast also helps regulate your body's circadian rhythm, the internal clock that controls everything from digestion to sleep, by signaling that it's time to start the day. This can improve sleep quality at night and promote better appetite control throughout the day. What you eat in the morning doesn't just fuel your body, it sets the tone for your relationship with food all day long. A breakfast high in sugar or refined carbs may give you a quick burst of energy, but it often leads to a crash just a few hours later, making you feel tired and hungry again. This can trigger a cycle of overeating, snacking on processed foods, and feeling out of sync with your body's natural hunger cues. On the other hand, a breakfast that includes fiber, protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates keeps you full longer, reduces cravings, and supports better decision-making around food throughout the day. For Harold, learning this was a turning point. He replaced his toast and coffee with a bowl of oats topped with walnuts, blueberries, and a dollop of Greek yogurt. The first morning, he was surprised by how full he felt. By the third day, he noticed that he wasn't reaching for snacks mid-morning anymore. Within 2 weeks, he said he felt awake in a way I hadn't felt in years. It wasn't just physical energy. It was a sharper mind, a steadier mood, and a quiet confidence that came from knowing he was finally giving his body what it needed. If you've been treating breakfast as an afterthought or skipping it altogether, now is a great time to rethink it. Your body after 60 is still strong and capable, but it needs different support than it did decades ago. Breakfast can be your secret weapon, not just to get through the day, but to feel good while doing it. The right breakfast can mean fewer aches, more mental clarity, better blood sugar control, and even protection for your heart and brain over time. Up next, we'll take a closer look at the food that forms the foundation of this powerful breakfast. Whole oats. They're not just filling, they're deeply nourishing. Let's explore why in number 2. Number 2, the foundation, whole oats for lasting fullness. When Janet, a 71-year-old retired nurse, started looking for ways to improve her morning energy, she quickly realized that her go-to bowl of cornflakes wasn't cutting it. She'd eat breakfast at 7 a.m., but by 9:30 she was already hungry. And not just a little hungry, but lightheaded and craving sugar. One afternoon, while reading a senior wellness article, she came across the phrase, slow carbs for long energy, and one food kept popping up, whole oats. Curious, she decided to give them a try. She cooked up a small bowl of rolled oats, added some sliced banana and a few almonds, and sat down to eat. She didn't expect much, but what happened next surprised her. Not only did she feel full, but the fullness lasted. She made it to lunch without snacking, and more than that, she felt steady. No crash, no jittery hunger, just calm, sustainable energy. Whole oats are often called a superfood, and for good reason. They're rich in soluble fiber, particularly a type called beta-glucan, which has been shown to slow digestion, stabilize blood sugar, and keep you feeling satisfied for hours. For seniors, this is especially important as our digestive systems become more sensitive with age and our blood sugar can spike more easily. Eating whole oats in the morning helps prevent those mid-morning crashes that leave you foggy, fatigued, or reaching for sugary snacks. Instead, you get a slow, steady release of energy that supports your body and brain until your next meal. Oats also play a powerful role in heart health. Beta-glucan fiber binds with cholesterol in the digestive system and helps remove it from the body, which can reduce total and LDL, bad cholesterol levels over time. This makes oats a heart-smart choice for anyone over 60, especially those managing high blood pressure or cholesterol concerns. In addition to fiber, oats provide important minerals like magnesium and iron, which support muscle function, circulation, and oxygen flow, all essential for maintaining vitality as we age. But the beauty of oats isn't just in their nutrition, it's in their flexibility. You can cook them on the stove, microwave them in minutes, or soak them overnight in the fridge for a cool, creamy option. You can keep it simple with just water or milk, or get creative with fruits, seeds, nuts, and spices. Oats are like a blank canvas, gentle on the stomach, easy to digest, and endlessly customizable. For those who may not feel hungry in the morning, starting with a small portion of warm oatmeal can awaken the appetite without overwhelming the body. Janet quickly made oats a regular part of her morning. Sometimes she'd cook steel-cut oats on Sunday and reheat portions during the week. Other days, she'd prepare overnight oats in a jar with cinnamon, chia seeds, and apple slices. What she loved most wasn't just how filling it was the ease. She didn't have to think too hard. She didn't need fancy ingredients, and she no longer dreaded that mid-morning slump that used to drag her down. Her doctor even noticed her cholesterol had dropped slightly at her next checkup. A bonus she hadn't expected, just from changing what was in her bowl. If you've never tried whole oats, or if you've only had the instant kind with lots of added sugar, now is the perfect time to reintroduce this wholesome, healing grain. Look for old-fashioned rolled oats or steel-cut oats for the best nutritional value. Add some warm spices like cinnamon or nutmeg, stir in a handful of berries or sliced pear, and let your breakfast work for you, not against you. Up next, we'll talk about how to give your morning oats even more staying power by adding healthy fats. The kind that nourish your brain, protect your heart, and keep hunger at bay for hours. Let's explore that together in number 3. Number 3, healthy fats and crunch. Add seeds and nuts. After switching to oatmeal in the mornings, Ruth, a 73-year-old former school teacher, felt better almost immediately. She had more energy, felt fuller longer, and noticed her digestion improved. But after a few weeks, she started to get bored with the same soft texture every morning. She missed the crunch of her old cereal. And truth be told, she was beginning to crave something richer, something that felt more satisfying. That's when her daughter suggested she try topping her oatmeal with a handful of chopped nuts and seeds. Ruth was hesitant at first, thinking they might be too heavy or hard to chew. But the moment she stirred in a few sliced almonds and sprinkled on some ground flaxseed, her breakfast transformed. The crunch brought joy to every bite, and within days she noticed she stayed even more satisfied between meals, and felt sharper too. Adding healthy fats from seeds and nuts is one of the best ways to boost the nutritional power of your breakfast, especially after 60. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing certain nutrients and producing key hormones. And healthy fats play a critical role in supporting brain function, hormone balance, and long-lasting energy. Unlike the saturated fats found in fried foods or processed snacks, the fats in nuts and seeds are rich in omega-3s and monounsaturated fats, both of which are anti-inflammatory and heart protective. These fats not only keep you full longer, but also help improve memory, reduce joint pain, and support overall cardiovascular health. Beyond their fat content, seeds and nuts are nutritional powerhouses in their own right. Chia seeds, for example, are loaded with fiber, protein, calcium, and omega-3 fatty acids. Just 1 tablespoon can absorb up to 10 times its weight in water, helping to keep you hydrated and your digestion moving smoothly. Flax seeds are another favorite among seniors, known for supporting hormone health and providing gentle fiber that benefits bowel regularity. Walnuts, rich in plant-based omega-3s, are especially good for brain health, while almonds offer magnesium, vitamin E, and a satisfying crunch that feels indulgent without being heavy. Ruth began experimenting with different combinations. A spoonful of almond butter one day, a sprinkle of sunflower seeds the next. She discovered that just a small handful, about a tablespoon or 2, was all she needed to feel a deeper level of satiety and satisfaction. More importantly, she started to notice that her mid-morning cravings nearly disappeared. She no longer felt the urge to reach for crackers or cookies. Her body felt nourished, her mind was more alert, and she found herself looking forward to breakfast again. For seniors who may be concerned about calories or chewing issues, it's important to remember that healthy fats in moderation are incredibly supportive, not harmful. You don't need large portions. Just a spoonful or 2, finely chopped or ground, can make all the difference. If chewing is difficult, try nut butters or ground seeds mixed right into your oats. The creamy texture blends beautifully while still delivering all the nutrition your body needs. Including seeds and nuts in your breakfast also adds texture and variety, turning a simple bowl of oats into a meal that feels complete and deeply satisfying. It's not just about nourishment, it's about enjoyment too. Food should bring you comfort, not boredom. And when something as simple as adding walnuts, chia seeds, or a swirl of almond butter can elevate your morning and stabilize your energy, it's a small step that brings big returns. Next, we'll explore the natural sweetness and refreshing lift that comes from adding fresh fruit to your breakfast bowl. A delicious way to brighten your meal while supporting your digestion, immune system, and mood. Let's dive into that in number 4. Number 4, natural sweetness and fiber. Add fresh fruit. When Leonard, a 69-year-old jazz musician, decided to make changes to his breakfast, he did so reluctantly. For most of his life, he had a sweet tooth, and breakfast often meant pastries, fruit-flavored yogurts, or a stack of pancakes with syrup. Switching to oats and nuts felt healthy, but something was missing: the pleasure. It wasn't until his neighbor brought over a small container of freshly sliced strawberries and blueberries and suggested adding them to his oatmeal that everything changed. Leonard stirred in the fruit, took a bite, and smiled. The natural sweetness lit up his taste buds. The texture, the flavor, the colors. It was like adding music to a quiet room. Suddenly, healthy eating didn't feel like a sacrifice anymore. Fresh fruit is one of the simplest and most powerful ways to enhance your breakfast. Not just for taste, but for your health. After age 60, the digestive system slows, blood sugar regulation becomes more sensitive, and immunity begins to naturally decline. That's where fruit steps in. Packed with fiber, antioxidants, water, and essential vitamins, fresh fruit supports nearly every system in the body, and when paired with the fiber, protein, and healthy fats in oats, nuts, and yogurt, it becomes a powerful part of a balanced, satisfying meal. The natural sugars in fruit, unlike refined sugar, are delivered alongside fiber, which slows the absorption of glucose into the bloodstream. That means no sugar spikes, no crashes, just a steady, gentle lift in energy and mood. Each fruit brings its own unique benefit. Berries like blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries are rich in antioxidants that help protect brain function and fight inflammation, especially important for memory and cognitive health in older adults. Apples provide soluble fiber for heart health and gut support. Bananas add potassium, which supports muscle function and blood pressure balance. Pears are gentle on digestion, while citrus fruits like oranges and grapefruits provide immune-boosting vitamin C. And beyond their nutrition, they bring brightness to the bowl, a pop of color, a burst of freshness, and a sense of joy. Leonard began looking forward to breakfast again. He started going to the farmer's market every Saturday to pick out whatever fruit was in season. Some mornings it was peaches, other days pomegranate seeds or kiwi slices. He even made a habit of freezing extra berries so he'd never run out during the week. What surprised him wasn't just the taste, it was how he felt. He had more energy during his morning walks, his digestion improved, and he noticed fewer sugar cravings throughout the day. Even his mood lifted. Something about starting the day with food that felt alive made him feel more alive too. For older adults, incorporating fruit into your morning meal is also a gentle way to support hydration. Many fruits like melon, oranges, and berries have high water content, a quiet but helpful support for joints, skin, and kidney function. And because fruit is so versatile, it can be sliced, mashed, cooked, or blended into your breakfast in whatever way feels good to you. If chewing raw fruit is difficult, you can stew apples with cinnamon or microwave berries for a warm, jammy topping. If digestion is sensitive, start with small portions and choose fruits that are lower in acid, like bananas or pears. The best part is that fruit makes healthy eating feel less like a rule and more like a gift. You're not cutting out sugar, you're replacing it with something far more nourishing, both physically and emotionally. Adding fruit to your breakfast is a reminder that health doesn't have to be bland. It can be sweet, beautiful, and deeply satisfying. Next, we'll complete the perfect breakfast bowl by adding the final, critical ingredient, protein. It's not just for athletes. It's essential for preserving muscle, staying energized, and feeling strong every day. Let's explore how to add the right kind of protein in number 5. Number 5, protein power. Add Greek yogurt or plant-based protein. For Patricia, a 72-year-old grandmother of 5 and a former seamstress, mornings used to start slow. She would eat a bowl of cereal or a piece of toast, drink some tea, and then try to ease into her day. But even after her light breakfast, she often felt drained by mid-morning. Her legs would feel weak, and her energy seemed to vanish without warning. She chalked it up to age. Just getting older, she'd say, until her physical therapist asked her a simple question. Are you eating enough protein in the morning? Patricia admitted she wasn't sure. That question stayed with her. After a bit of research and a few conversations with her doctor, she realized that for someone her age, protein wasn't optional. It was essential. Protein is the building block of life. It helps repair tissues, build muscle, support immune health, balance hormones, and keep you fuller longer. After the age of 60, protein becomes even more important because our bodies naturally begin to lose muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia. This muscle loss can lead to weakness, poor balance, slower metabolism, and a higher risk of falls. But the good news is that the right amount of high-quality protein, spread throughout the day starting with breakfast, can help slow that process and keep you stronger and more resilient. One of the easiest and most delicious ways to add protein to your morning bowl is with Greek yogurt. Thick, creamy, and loaded with protein, sometimes up to 15 grams per serving, Greek yogurt offers a rich texture and a tangy taste that pairs beautifully with oats, fruit, and nuts. It also provides calcium and probiotics, which support bone health and digestion. Patricia began adding a scoop of plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt to her oatmeal in the mornings, and almost immediately she noticed a shift. She felt more satisfied, her energy held steady through her morning errands, and she didn't feel the need to snack before lunch. For those who prefer a dairy-free option, plant-based proteins like soy yogurt, tofu cubes, or protein powders made from pea or hemp are excellent choices. These options are especially helpful for seniors with lactose intolerance or dietary preferences. Even a small scoop of plant-based protein powder, stirred into overnight oats or blended into a breakfast smoothie, can help meet your daily needs. The key is choosing a protein that's clean, minimally processed, and free from added sugars or artificial ingredients. What makes protein especially effective in the morning is its ability to balance blood sugar and reduce cravings later in the day. Unlike simple carbohydrates, which digest quickly and can leave you feeling hungry again, protein takes longer to break down, providing a steady source of fuel for your muscles and brain. This means fewer mood swings, more mental clarity, and better appetite control throughout the day. It also supports wound healing, immune defense, and the maintenance of skin and connective tissue, all important as the body ages. Patricia didn't overhaul her entire diet. She didn't count grams or follow strict rules. She just made one consistent change, adding protein to her breakfast. Sometimes it was Greek yogurt, other days a boiled egg on the side, or a scoop of almond butter. What mattered most was starting her day with the right foundation. Over time, her posture improved, her walking felt steadier, and her confidence returned. She began to realize that the weakness she once blamed on aging was actually her body asking for better fuel. If you're over 60 and still starting your day without protein, this is your invitation to try something new. Whether it's a few spoonfuls of yogurt, a sprinkle of seeds, or a small shake with plant-based protein, adding just a little more can make a big difference in how you feel. Not just today, but in the weeks and months to come. Coming up next, we'll talk about how to make your new breakfast routine easy, enjoyable, and realistic, even on the busiest mornings, because the healthiest habits are the ones that fit into your real life. Let's explore that together in number 6. Number 6, make it easy. How to prep ahead and save time. When Gloria turned 75, she promised herself she would start taking better care of her health. She had always loved cooking, but found that early mornings weren't her best time. Some days she didn't feel like making anything, so she'd skip breakfast altogether. Other days, she'd reach for something quick and processed, a pastry, a leftover muffin, or just tea with sugar. She knew these choices weren't ideal, but the idea of preparing a full, balanced breakfast felt like too much. Then one evening, while watching a health program on TV, she heard the host say something that stuck with her. The secret to a good morning is preparation the night before. It sounded simple, almost too simple. But that night, Gloria tried something new. She made a small jar of overnight oats, layered with fruit, chia seeds, and a splash of milk, and popped it into the fridge. The next morning, she took it out, added a spoonful of yogurt, and breakfast was ready in less than 1 minute. It was delicious, filling, and, to her surprise, she felt proud of herself. For many older adults, the barrier to healthy eating isn't knowledge. It's energy and convenience. Mornings can feel rushed or low energy. Joints are stiff, motivation is low, and the idea of chopping fruit or stirring oatmeal at 7 a.m. just feels like too much. That's why prepping your breakfast the night before can be a game changer. It turns effort into ease. When you already have a ready-made option in your fridge, there's no decision to make. You just grab your jar or bowl and enjoy. It takes the pressure off your morning and sets you up for success before the day even begins. Overnight oats are one of the easiest and most senior-friendly make-ahead meals you can create. Simply combine half a cup of rolled oats with your choice of milk or yogurt, add in some seeds or chopped nuts, stir in fruit or spices, and refrigerate. By morning, the oats are soft, the flavors have blended, and you have a ready-to-eat breakfast that's as nutritious as it is convenient. You can make 2 or 3 jars at a time to last several days and change the flavors to keep things interesting. Blueberries and cinnamon one day, banana and walnut the next, maybe even cocoa and almond butter for a treat. Gloria began to enjoy the process of prepping her breakfast in the evening. It became a quiet, calming ritual before bed, something she did while her tea brewed or her favorite radio show played. She even bought a few small jars and labeled them with flavors for the week ahead. Her mornings became smoother, her mood lifted, and she no longer faced that "what should I eat" moment with dread. Instead, she opened the fridge to something beautiful, balanced, and ready to nourish her body. For those who prefer warm breakfasts, prepping doesn't have to mean eating cold oats. You can cook a pot of steel-cut oats on Sunday, portion it into containers, and reheat a serving each morning in the microwave with a splash of milk. You can also pre-chop fruit and store it in small containers, portion out nuts or seeds into small jars, or even mix a homemade breakfast blend of toppings to sprinkle on your oats in seconds. The goal isn't perfection, it's reducing friction. It's creating a system that supports you, even on the days when you don't feel your best. Healthy habits are much easier to maintain when they're also easy to do. Prepping your breakfast gives you one less decision to make, one less task to complete, and one more moment of calm to begin your day. It turns your morning into a gift you've already given yourself. In the next section, we'll talk about how to make that gift even more enjoyable by adding flavor, texture, and fun, with simple toppings that add nutrition and delight to every bite. Let's explore those options together in number 7. Number 7, bonus toppings for extra nutrition and enjoyment. After a few weeks of building better breakfast habits, Henry, a 74-year-old retired firefighter, had become a true believer in his morning bowl of oats. He added fruit, a spoonful of Greek yogurt, and a few walnuts most days, and the results were undeniable. More energy, fewer cravings, better digestion. But even Henry, who wasn't the fussy type, started to feel like his breakfast was getting a little repetitive. He wanted something more. Not more calories, but more joy. One morning, while browsing the aisles of his local co-op, he spotted a jar of unsweetened coconut flakes. They reminded him of his childhood in Florida, where his mother used to sprinkle coconut over rice pudding. That next morning, he added just a small pinch to his oatmeal. It wasn't just delicious, it was nostalgic. That one change reignited his interest in breakfast and reminded him that food isn't just about nutrition, it's about experience. Adding toppings isn't just about dressing up your meal, it's a chance to boost both nutrition and pleasure. As we age, our appetite can become more unpredictable. Some mornings we're not hungry at all, others we wake up ravenous. Making breakfast visually appealing, flavorful, and texturally interesting helps keep you engaged and motivated. The best part is that many toppings bring health benefits of their own. A dash of cinnamon, for example, adds natural sweetness while helping to balance blood sugar. A drizzle of raw honey can soothe digestion and offer antibacterial properties. A sprinkle of unsweetened cocoa powder provides antioxidants and a mild mood lift. And that pinch of coconut, it offers fiber and healthy fats while satisfying the senses. Other great options include pumpkin seeds for zinc and magnesium, dried cranberries for a chewy burst of flavor, or a small spoonful of nut butter for creamy richness. You can even add a few dark chocolate shavings for a treat, because yes, breakfast can be both healthy and indulgent. Texture is just as important as taste. Crunchy toppings like roasted almonds or toasted oats contrast beautifully with soft oatmeal or creamy yogurt. This combination doesn't just taste better, it helps trigger satisfaction in the brain, reducing the urge to snack later in the day. Henry began keeping a little topping tray in his kitchen with jars of different additions. Some days he went tropical, adding pineapple chunks and coconut. Other days he went cozy, mixing in apples, raisins, and a sprinkle of nutmeg. Having variety made breakfast something to look forward to, and he loved sharing his new favorites with his grandchildren when they visited. His granddaughter even asked to make her own breakfast bowl, proving that good habits can ripple through generations. The beauty of toppings is that they're customizable to your taste, your health needs, and your mood. If you're watching your blood sugar, you can lean into cinnamon, chia seeds, and berries. If you need more fiber, flaxseed and pear slices can help. If you want something comforting, try a warm spoonful of peanut butter or a dash of vanilla extract stirred in while the oats are hot. There's no one right way to do it, only the way that makes you feel good, nourished, and cared for. When we treat food as a source of joy and creativity, not just fuel, we're more likely to stick with healthy habits. The small act of adding toppings, of choosing ingredients with intention, becomes a form of self-respect. You're not just eating to survive, you're starting your day with something beautiful, balanced, and made just for you. Now that we've built the perfect breakfast bowl from the ground up, with oats, healthy fats, fruit, protein, and flavor, let's step back and look at the big picture. In the next and final section, we'll reflect on how this one simple morning shift can support your health, your energy, and your enjoyment of life as you age. Let's close it out in the conclusion. Now that we've explored each part of what many consider the perfect breakfast for older adults, whole oats for sustained energy, seeds and nuts for healthy fats, fresh fruit for natural sweetness and fiber, protein for strength, and flavorful toppings for joy. It's clear that this isn't just about food. It's about giving your body what it truly needs in this stage of life, and doing it in a way that feels doable, delicious, and deeply nourishing. After 60, every meal matters a little more. Your body is still strong, still capable, but it asks for support in different ways. Breakfast becomes more than just the first meal of the day. It becomes your foundation. A strong start can steady your blood sugar, lift your energy, improve your digestion, and even brighten your mood. And the best part? You don't need to spend hours cooking, follow strict diets, or give up the foods you love. All it takes is a few thoughtful choices made consistently and a little bit of preparation the night before. What you put in your bowl each morning is a message to your body. I care about you. I want to feel good today. And when you start your day with intention, your body responds with steadier steps, clearer thoughts, and a greater sense of well-being that carries into everything you do. So as you head into tomorrow, take a moment to look at your breakfast not just as something to check off your list, but as an opportunity to nourish yourself, to enjoy your food, to begin your day with kindness. Because you deserve a breakfast that works as hard as you do, one that fuels your day, supports your health, and reminds you that it's never too late to feel your best. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope today's video inspires you to try something new, to listen to your body a little more closely, and to build a breakfast routine that brings you lasting strength, fullness, and joy, one bowl at a time. We really appreciate you spending time with us today. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a like and hit that subscribe button. It's a simple way to support our work, and it helps more people discover the tips they need to live healthier, happier lives. And if you want to stay up to date, just click the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. See you again soon.